Right, let's do another speaking test. Okay. Right, part one today is about science. Did you like studying science when you were at school?
Well, I don't like study science because it's very tough subject, and I don't like. But it was it was compulsory, so I have to learn this. But I don't like this subject.
Hmm. Okay. What do you remember about your science teachers at school?
Uh, he, he was a very kind teacher. He was very polite, and he teaches he teaches us very in a good way. And but I as I said earlier, I don't like science. That's why I don't pay much attention on science class in science class.
Hmm. Okay. How interested are you in science now?
Uh, I'm much more interested now because I have learned many things about science, and I have learned about in science, and for now I love some many things about science and technology. So yeah, but not previously, but now I love science.
Okay. And what do you think has been an important recent scientific development?
I don't know not I don't know much about science. I think there should be as I said earlier, I don't know about science, so I can't say about science because I don't have any idea about science, and I don't study science because I have chosen commerce subjects, so don't have idea about science.
Okay, right. I think that's quite a difficult part one section for you there.
Yes, I am very bad at science.
Okay, so we're going to move on to your part two. Let me just share the screen. Okay, can you see that part two topic on the screen now?
Yes.
So, your part two topic is describe a tourist attraction in your country that you would recommend. You should say what the tourist attraction is, where in your country this tourist attraction is, what visitors can see and do at this tourist attraction, and explain why you would recommend this tourist attraction. You have 1 minute to think about it, and you can make some notes if you want to. Okay, that's your thinking time over. You now have 2 minutes to describe a tourist attraction in your country that you would recommend.
So
Begin.
okay. So the tourist attraction in my country that I will recommend is Tomb of Qaid Azam. It is situated in Karachi, Pakistan. It is a very huge. It is very huge place. It is a very it is a it is in very huge building, the large building, and there are very historical uh, achievements there. There are a huge room where different type of old books there, where you can learn about history of Pakistan. It is basically about Pakistan, how Pakistan has got freedom, and Pakistan how the leaders of Pakistan, old leaders of Pakistan, uh, take uh, take this freedom from a neighboring country. You can visitors can learn about history of Pakistan. They can learn about how they can see different types of old weapons also, old that was used for war, and it was there was very old letters also that was signed by prime minister back then in 1947. There are there, beside this building there is a Minare Pakistan, which was built by Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, and it is also a sign of history, a symbol of history, and visitors can see visit can have a look on them.
Okay, thank you. That is 2 minutes, so we can stop there. Right, I'll just stop sharing the screen for now. Here we go. Right, on to part 3. Right, we're going to start talking about museums and art galleries. Um, the what's the most popular museum or art gallery in your hometown?
There is home in from my hometown there is 15 minutes walking distance available. The museum is available in 15-minute walking distance. This is a very huge museum in my country, and a world and a country's largest museum. It is a very huge museum, and many kind of uh, old history old things available at this museum.
Do you like to go there?
I preferably don't like these type of things. Like I don't like history basically. So there in museum there are mainly historical equipments there. So I don't like much about. But I go when I went there like a week ago.
Okay. Um, do you know how many people go there?
It is not a very huge place, but it can have a capacity of 100 to 150 people.
Hmm.
But I don't as I've said, I don't really go there. But
Okay. Right, next thing. Do you believe that museums and art galleries should be free?
I think museum and art galleries should be free, because every person has a right should every person has a right to go there. Because if they charge something, so normal person can go there. So the museum and art gallery should be free for all the audience, so that everyone can reach there and look have a look on it.
Hmm. Okay. But if they're free, then who should cover the costs?
I don't think there are much clauses in having this free, because as I said earlier, this will benefit younger generation, so that they can go there and have a look on uh, have a look on things which like old people used for their for their war and different kind of purposes.
Sure, but these museums and art galleries, they'll have bills to pay, electricity. Where should that money come from?
I think government should. I think government should space some funds to museum and art gallery so that they can give this luxury as a free,
Hmm.
so that this should not burden them, as well as this will help normal people as well.
Okay. And what kind of things make a museum or art gallery an interesting place to visit?
I think there should be like famous like should there should be like if countries old things like uh, aeroplane which was used by which has been used by in a war or in a so that everyone just see them and get goosebumps. These type of things can should be there in museum.
Okay. Um, and do you think that would also be interesting for small children?
I
Or,
don't think so because okay, I don't think so. For it's good for small children. There are many other things available for small children like books and other other things as well.
okay. Right, we're now going to be talking about the holiday industry. So, a bit related to museums and art galleries, but why do you think some people book package holidays instead of traveling independently?
I think it will. I think booking package they get a lot of things like food and travel as well as hotels. So they don't have to manage themselves. This for this so that they can save time and enjoy.
Hmm. Um, okay. Do you think it's cheaper to book a package holiday or to go independently?
I think it's expensive if you buy package by different organizations and businesses because if you buy tickets independently, it saves it uh, consume your time and
Hmm. Yeah.
you have to pay attention to that and you have to give time. So that's why if you are comfortable and have funds, so if you have extra budget, so go just go for package
Okay.
holidays package.
And what about you specifically? Do you prefer to um, go on a package holiday
I
or?
I prefer to book holiday package so that it is not my responsibility to lead the trip. So if you I book from someone else so that it is other one it is the responsibility of someone who is managing. So I don't have to manage.
Hmm. Yeah, okay. Do you think that large numbers of tourists can cause problems for local people?
I think tourists help local peoples also so that it gives business to local people. So I don't
Hmm.
think it will create problem for local peoples.
Hmm. Are, are there any kind of drawbacks to having a large number of tourists?
I think there could be a drawback like a language barrier also,
Yeah.
and there are language so that which caused a fight also, so that because they both cannot understand each other's language, that could be a problem for a tourist
Hmm.
and for a local guy also.
Okay. Do you think crime might increase?
I think maybe because as I've said earlier, if a tourist cannot understand the local language, it he they can commit crime also, and uh, also they can uh, forget law also. They can laws like traffic laws and these kind of laws.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And lastly, what kind of impacts can holiday resorts have on the environment?
I think it's good for environment. I think it will not affect environment. It is a good uh, for holiday resorts.
How about pollution?
I, pollution. I don't think so. Holiday and resorts create pollutions because pollution can come from vehicles and different kind of things. But I don't think holiday resorts will create problem for as pollution or for environment also.
Do you think it could have a positive impact on the environment?
I don't think I think it will not create any kind of impact on environment. I don't think so.
Okay. Right, that's the end of the test. So let me just get back onto here. Um, oh, actually, I'm going to open up a new document. Here we go. So I can type some things, and I'll just start sharing that again. Okay, can you now see my blank document?
No, I am okay. Yes.
Yep. Okay. So, part one was asking, did you like science at school? And you started by saying that you don't like science, not interested in science particularly. So, this kind of topic, is this a bad topic for you?
Yes, some kind of.
Yeah. So, what do you do if you come up with a topic that you don't know anything about?
I don't know. I will just give as a no answer that I don't know about it, but I will try
Mhm.
to answer as much as I can.
Yes. I would recommend telling me what you prefer instead. So, you've said you don't like. Oh, no, you did the bit of that actually, didn't you? So, what sort of subjects do you prefer?
I prefer like mathematics and computer as well.
Now, you see, I would say that they are sciences.
Science,
Um,
but I don't. As science, I was thinking about physics, chemistry, and
and
but I,
biology.
as I said earlier, I have chosen commerce subjects like business and accounts.
Okay, sure. Now, right in that answer, you've given me better vocabulary than you did in your first answer. So even saying chemistry and physics, but I prefer to do commerce subjects. Something like that would have been a better answer than just saying that you don't really like science or you didn't like science at school. So go with what you prefer. Try to use some higher level vocabulary as well. Um,
Okay.
anyway, when we were talking about the teacher, right, you said he was something something, that's fine in the past, but then you said he teaches us. What's the past of teaches?
Taught.
Yeah, so make sure we're keeping those verb tenses the same all the way through. So not he teaches us, he taught us something because it was in the past. And then I asked you about a recent scientific discovery, and you said something along the idea of I have no idea about science. However, you must know some recent changes in technology. This is science. You can talk about um, mobile phones or um, ways of paying using, contactless cards. There's lots of different science fields of science. You're interested in computing and maths, so there must be something that you can talk about. I felt that this answer, well, all of your answers in part one were a bit too short. So you
Okay.
need to think about more things that we can answer. I know this topic isn't very good for you, but this could happen in a real test.
Yes, that's why I asked you to take my test so that I can be well prepared in my exam.
Yeah. Okay. Right. On to part two. So I think this was a better topic for you. This is quite a good one, actually, for anyone really to talk about an important building. I liked your. Oh, first of all, what's the name of the place?
Tomb of Qaid Azam.
Okay. Um, I haven't heard of this place before. So I would, I think that, and the examiner probably hasn't. So I think you should really go back to basics. What does the building look like? You said it's quite a large building. Do you
Yes.
know how many floors it has?
I don't know. Basically, uh, when because basically I go to institute. They say you can just say lie. You can lie sometimes so that as examiner don't know what are you
Yes.
saying, what which are you talking about, so that you can lie. So sometimes I have said true, something I had not said true.
Ah, okay. So is this a real building?
Yes, it's Tomb of Qajar. It's located in Karachi.
Okay. But I can't get a picture of it in my mind. What color is the building?
It's white.
White, okay. And is it tall or is it wide?
It's like a rounded shape.
Ah. And does it have any other buildings attached, or does it sit in a park?
Like it's in park. Basically, it's a very huge park. It's
Uh-huh.
situated in the middle. It's
Okay,
situated in the middle of the park.
right. And how can you get to this place? Um, do you do
Uh,
most people walk there or take the bus? Is there a subway?
uh, Mostly people take the bus or bikes or by car
Hmm.
because you have to travel by vehicle.
Okay. And is this in the city centre or on the edge of the city?
It's in the city center. It's in
Okay.
city center
So
of the
these
city.
details are quite basic, but I don't know anything about it. So it's good to start just building up a picture, including the basics. Um,
Okay, okay, I get your point.
yeah. Now, did you say, oh, I liked your, actually, you said it is situated and you told me about the location there. So that was good. And you said it is situated with some good language. But did you say it has many historical, what?
Historical uh, things like
Yeah.
it's like our like Qaeda Azam is a
It sounded like you said historical achievements.
achievements and like I don't get the right word for what I'm thinking.
No. So achievements is something that you've done, but a thing
Yes,
that shows this, perhaps a better word would be historical artifacts.
yeah, maybe.
It's like items. Yeah, including you said weapons.
Like I said mistakenly. Basically, it's a tomb of Qajar. And Qajar is the founder of Pakistan. I don't get
Hmm.
the right word. It's the founder.
Right, founder. Yes, that's
He's the
better.
founder of Pakistan.
Okay.
He founded Pakistan.
Yeah. If we look at this word weapons, just watch the pronunciation of that because it sounds more like weapons. Make sure we get weapons.
Weapon.
Yep. Okay. Now, you talked about old letters. You talked about 1947. So
Yes.
you had some very good specific details in there. That was good. You did use the phrase history of Pakistan a few times there. At least twice you said the same history of Pakistan a few times. Um, when you listen back to it, you'll see if you said that too many times, if it was a bit of
Yes, yes, I get your
repetition.
point.
Yeah,
I'm to completely agree.
it's
That's
that
why
is
I
a
said,
sorry.
yeah, yeah, okay. Say,
Right. On to part three. Now, part three was focused mostly on this time. So part one was quite short, but part three was very long. And I mean, there was a lot of very good bits in part three. I thought you did very well on that. I liked how you talked about how um, every person has a right to visit museums and art galleries. That was good. You also talked about the burden going on things. That was good. And I really liked your use of the phrase get goosebumps. So you should get goosebumps when you see these things.
maybe.
Yeah, that this was all good. There was also one
Thank
part when I was asking about package holidays. You gave your opinion, and then I tried to argue with you, but I liked how you stick to your ideas. So even when I'm trying to change your mind, you stick to what you originally said and you give more evidence for why. So that's good. The examiner will quite often try to think about the opposite point of view, but it's good for you to stick to where you are. Um, However, I didn't really agree with your ideas on the environment and holiday resorts affecting the environment. Personally, I disagree with that because there's a lot of transport involved. People have to fly there usually, and so there's an increase in traffic which can cause pollution. They might have to
you.
cut down some trees to build the resort. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and there's going to be a lot of waste produced, and yeah. So
But I have a question. Do we
yes,
have to say true or just answer accordingly?
well, it is
Like,
about giving your opinion. So
okay,
I don't have to agree with you. It is an English test after all.
good for environment. So it's also it's also all right.
Um, it's okay. I just felt like you didn't think about enough different aspects. So I mean, your answers to that part were also quite short about that.
Okay,
Just you're just definitely not. Um, Now, again, this is a speaking test, so I'm not arguing with your ideas. I'm just sort of wanted to discuss it a bit further and see if you'd
okay, okay,
thought about everything.
okay,
But
okay.
really, your part one was okay, but your answers were a bit short. Your part two was good, and then your part three was excellent. Um,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I do think that, let me just stop sharing this. I do think that your fluency could still be a little bit better. So when you listen back, there's still a bit of hesitation and repetition. Um, Pronunciation, there's a few things that we could work on. You sounded a little bit uh, stressed, a bit nervous, um,
Yes. All the
which,
time when I have to give paper, I always get nervous.
yeah,
Whether it is written or speaking or listening,
uh-huh.
no matter what.
Well, yeah, most people do. But when you're talking to me now, you sound much more natural and relaxed. So,
That's why I'm saying I don't know how to cope up with this. I don't know.
yeah, but you're just talking to someone. Try to try to relax. I know it's very easy to say that, but it's not easy to do. But I
Yes,
do
because
think
it's
that
not my native language.
yes, of course. But they don't. The examiner doesn't expect you to be perfect. Um, Just, do the best you can.
I want the examiner just like you. I want you to be my examiner.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm
I
not an
want my
examiner.
examiner will be just like you.
Well,
You are a very kind-hearted man.
just pretend it is me that you're talking to, and you'll be fine.
Maybe inshallah.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to just stop the recording.